Hey everyone, I'm back. It's Sunday, and I'm up for doing some reactions here. So what my plan is to go through the comments that have been left and read them and see what you guys are suggesting. Um, Richard Moses, a Radiohead from the beginning. In real time, Kid A blindsided me and left me confused and betrayed. Yeah, I'm seeing I'm getting so much information about the progression of Radiohead as a band and how they basically changed gears and pretty bold move. I mean, you run the risk of alienating your audience, and they did so, and it looked like a lot of you came back around and said, okay, maybe it took a couple albums or a couple of years, but getting to the point where you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I get it now, I get it. That's a pretty incredible thing. Um, Big hug from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Lucas, thank you so much. Oh, great reaction. Okay, so these are people reacting to lots of different ones. This was the Smiths. CC Love, 24th. You're welcome. Thank you as well. So someone said react to Pyramid Song next. I did do Pyramid Song. It's somewhere back down in my older videos, and then I did a deep dive where I transcribed it. I mean, the rhythm to that song is so complex that I transcribed it out and I did a MIDI file of it just to check it and make sure it was right. And I played it along with the actual recording, and it lined up perfectly. So if I remember correctly, it was a bunch of measures in 2/4 and then one measure in. Sorry, bunch of measures in 4/4 and then one measure in 2/4. So go back in there and take a look. I did the reaction and then I did the deep dive. Um, Brian, I hate when people label Radiohead as sad music. I don't feel that at all. Yeah, I can see why people might think that, but I agree with you here. If you're listening to it on kind of a deeper level, um, it's more like about self discovery and things like that, and not necessarily sad music. I think that would be your first knee jerk reaction if you didn't know the song, thinking that just on the basis of what this sounds like, it sounds sad, but it that's not the case at all. So I agree with that. Um, Radio Dead 7:45. Good morning. I'm listening here to the King of Limbs Sunday morning with my coffee. Just found your channel. Huge Radiohead fan. Um, Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. Uh, Yaperdi, House of Cards. It's not an Ebo, it's a coin. Yeah, I've come to figure that out, that he's using the edge of a quarter to get those sounds on some of this stuff. All right, let's go down and see what we got. Ooh, World Party. I had talked about World Party on on the last live stream that I did, saying that the Radiohead sounded like a World Party song. So probably, let's see, maybe I'll do a World Party song. Ship of Fools, I love that song. That's such a cool song. So maybe I'll pick one I don't know. Um, let's see what other songs here. I also mentioned something about not being really crazy about Bob Dylan, and I think somebody made a comment saying, "Oh, they're a little disappointed that I felt that way," and I left a nice response to him saying that I think as a musician and a songwriter, I've always been more attuned to listening to the music than to the lyrics. And as such, I think people that like Dylan and things in that vein, that type of music, are more attracted to the lyrics because the lyrics are quite deep. The music, however, especially Dylan stuff, is really super simple. And as a musician and somebody, and I also listen to music to want to learn stuff. So when I hear something very simple, I might dismiss it saying, yeah, there's nothing there for me. But it, may be a good song, and certainly, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the song, but because I listen very actively and very you know, listening, when I hear a piece of music, I'm hearing, oh, listen to that. They went to the minor chord here, and then they went to the flat six chord after that, and then back up. Oh, that's really interesting. And listen to the inversion that the bass player is playing. That's pretty cool. And meanwhile, the lyrics are just, just I'm not even paying attention to them. So that's probably why I've never been a Dylan fan. So I'm going to take that challenge. I'm going to listen to a couple of Dylan things and see and take them apart and probably listen more analytically to the lyrics. What else do we have here? Let's see. Nick, thank you. Nick Durrett. I've seen many reaction channels and setups, and I must say this one is particularly pleasing. Thank you. Thanks so much. We try, what we try to do is to listen to the song all the way through, and I know that's not what most people do. So that, number one, requires an attention span that maybe not everybody has these days. And but then I'll listen to it a second time and start breaking it apart and stop the song here and there and talk about it. Again, my feeling is that, if I'm playing a song, I don't want to be interrupted. As a musician, I don't want to be interrupted. I'd like to play it all the way through. I'd like your attention. There's nothing worse than playing a song and seeing people completely uninterested in the song. So I don't like that, and I wouldn't do that to whoever's music I'm listening to. I think it would be insulting to their music. So, that's what we try to do here. And then, as a musician, I try to break it up. I talk a little bit about the chords. And, again, I'm hearing it for the first time. So, whatever I can grasp the first time through is what I'm going to talk about. What else do we got? Let's see what other reactions we have. There's some albums here that are sometimes somebody will recommend something, and I'm like, is that really a song? Is that really an artist? Who is that? A cool reaction video would be Tom York's Enema. I've heard of that. Anyone Can Play Guitar, MTV Beach House 1993. Somebody said the Reading Festival gig. So this is, Pixies. So I've had a lot of people asking about the Pixies. I think that's something I'll do. I'd like to see a Pixies on this channel. I've already sent a request for a Doolittle album. And this is Nobody 7470. I want you to get acquainted with their work. If you haven't heard any of their songs, then listen to Where Is My Mind. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'll get to that one. Where Is My Mind? Speaking of Where Is My Mind, I should probably write that down, because as I go through a bunch of tunes here, I'm good chance I'll forget something. So Pixies, Where Is My Mind? Cool. All right, what else we got here? Wendell Walker by Andy Soff. A reaction of Wendell Walker. I don't know what that is. Wendell Walker by Andy Soff. Live at Drake Hotel. Oh, this is cool. I have no idea what these are. Health and Thief. A Light for Attracting Attention album. Tom and Johnny's best work. Okay. I'm gonna probably not do any Tom York right now, only because I kind of want to do some new stuff. Hey Errol, this is from Doghouse 3464. Hey Errol, Australian Crawl performed a song called Errol. Maybe that's your theme song, just saying. So Australian Crawl. I know you're not asking me to react to it, but I'd like to take a listen to it. Come on, what do we got here? And if you guys today, I'm gonna post a few today. So if you guys come up with some stuff you think I should do, shoot them to me, sooner than later, so that I can get to them today. Ben Howard live. Who's Ben Howard? Ben Howard live. BBC Radio 1. Okay, there's a link there. I'll see if I can get back to that and find that link. All right, let's see if we can pick out a couple more. So, Sigur Rós, I think I did something of theirs. Glossoli, I think it was. So yeah, I did do one of their songs. Really, really interesting. All right. So let me start with those, and let's see where that leads. So if you're out there and you want to get something that I haven't done yet, shoot me a comment, and I'll try to get to it today. Okay, so I'm going to post this now, and then I'm going to start doing some reactions. So I'll see you in a little bit.